So the ban list just came out, and Maliss lost Link Decoder. Fortunately, Kashtira Unicorn exists, and it does the same thing, but it also rips the one of Detonator out of your Ryziel opponent's extra deck. Every time I tell someone about this build, they say the same thing, and it's, doesn't that deck lose to Nib? And I don't know where people are getting that idea from. So in this video, I'm going to show you some combos that are playing around Nib in a very similar way that Bestial Maliss did using Link Decoder. But obviously, without Link Decoder, the Bestials are far worse extenders. And they do much less on their own. So Unicorn, I think, is a perfect replacement for that. And I just think it has great coverage into the meta. So without further ado, I'll get into those combos. And if you want to stick around until the end of the video, I'll leave my thoughts on like the deck and the format. But if you don't want to listen to me yap for 20 minutes, I'll leave timestamps in the comments with all of the different combos. So the first combo I'm going to show is Unicorn and Dormouse if you want to keep the Unicorn. There's another one I'll show later where you don't have to keep the Unicorn and it's just a higher ceiling. So you'll start with Unicorn, effect, we'll add Birth. We can normal the Dormouse, effect, Banish Rabbit, effect, and we'll set the TB11 for this one. So we've got Birth in our hand. I'm gonna link 3. This is summon 3 into Ransom. We'll go effect on summon to add the field spell. And then this is where if we want to keep the Unicorn, we can summon it back here. And this way, if they try to Ash us later or anything, we get the Unicorn rip. You could also hold it to play around Nib later, but it doesn't matter because we play around Nib anyway. Then we're going to go TB11, Banishing Ransom, to summon Chessie. We'll go Ransom, summon back, and banish Scaper. And now, here's where a lot of people like go into Splash Mage, but if you do that, you'll get nibbed for everything you own. So instead, we use all 3 into Binder. We can go Binder, effect on summon, banishing 1, 2, and 3, because Mouse never activated its effect. And then we'll summon back the 2. At this point, obviously, if they nib us, we still have this to bring back the Binder. And then here, all we do is go 3. Actually, psych. First we set with the Binder, obviously. And once we set the 06 and have Binder in rotation, we don't care if we get nibbed. Either way, we go into Cryptor here, and it's live. And then you will go Field Spell, Banishing, White Binder, Binder effect to summon back, we'll get a draw, and then we can link 4 into Firewall, and we can pass. We've kept our Unicorn, we've made Firewall with GWC, Binder, Cryptor by playing under Nib. So the next one I'm going to show is the Unicorn and Dormouse if you don't care about keeping the Unicorn. This one you can do if you like know you're not playing against Ryziel or whatever. But you'll go Special Unicorn, effect to add Birth. You go Normal Mouse, effect, effect, set. And in this one we can set the 06. We'll go 3. Into Ransom. We'll go Ransom on summon effect to add the field spell. And then here we will go Kashtira Birth to summon back the Unicorn. This looks familiar. This is like the same exact thing you did with Decoder plus a Bestial. You go 2. And to SP, you go SP effect, targeting Ransom. And then effect to summon and banish. We'll banish Chessie. We'll summon Chessie. Now here, if they try to nib you, this is like the best spot they can. You go SP, target, target, and then on the next turn you'll bring them back. You can activate the field spell. You are protected, the SP is protected because of the field spell, so they have to attack Ransom. So if they want to get around that, then they're going to have to play something. You just go SP, banish, banish. And then this will summon back. summon out the rabbit, set the 07, and then you get your banish. So it doesn't matter. So we're here. This is in hand. So from here we can go 2 into binder. We'll go binder effect to banish the Dormouse. We'll go Dormouse effect to summon. Here we will go 2 into firewall. We can activate field spell, banishing the binder. We'll go binder effect to summon back and draw 1. Then we can go firewall effect, bouncing back Dormouse and Chessie. We can link to here into any link to, but for the example, I'll just use Cerberus. And then we'll go firewall effect to summon the Chessie from hand. We'll go Chessie effect, draw 2. So we've drawn 3 cards, and then we can just go 3. Cryptor, and we've got Cryptor live, we've drawn 3. All under Nib. Alright, this next one I'm going to show is Unicorn plus Dormouse, if it gets impermed or any Maliss name. So we'll go special effect to add birth. We'll go normal. Obviously it gets impermed, or this could be a Chessie. We will link 2 into lizard. We'll go effect. We will go 2 into our ransom. We go effect on summon to add the field spell. We will go birth to summon. And this is going to be pretty similar to that last line, but we don't get the draw 2. So we will link both into SP, and we can go SP, target the ransom effect, summon, ransom effect, and we can banish White Rabbit in this case. If you normal the White Rabbit and set off of it earlier, then you can do Chessie or Dormouse and get next door body. But we'll summon back, we'll go effect to set, and here we can set the 06 again. Then we'll go 2 into White Binder. We'll go no effect on summon this time, but we will go effect to set. We'll set the TB11. We'll activate the TB11 banishing for cost to summon our Chessie. We'll go effect summon back, draw 1. And then from here, we can just hard to make Cryptor. And in this one, you'll, off of the binder, you'll banish the cat or TB11 or something in your grave, so that you have that banish live off of the Cryptor. So yeah, my thoughts about this deck after the ban list. It really did not get hit that hard. Dormouse and White Rabbit to 2 like sucks because you'll draw them less, obviously. But at the end of the day, you know, you still have our 2 field spell, our 2 White Rabbit, our 2 Dormouse. We have Terraforming, we have Gold Sark, and those are all full combo. With like varying degrees of resilience, obviously. But all we lost is Decoder, which sucks really bad because that card is crazy. But at the end of the day, I think it just makes those bestial lines way weaker. It just makes those bestial lines way weaker. You know, it lowers the ceiling a little bit, so you can still play around Nib. You're just not ending on like as crazy of a board every time, and that's fine. Because most of the time you really don't need that much with this deck. And that's especially considering how good I think Unicorn is right now. So with Detonator being at 1, any Rhizio player will be shitting bricks as soon as you summon this, going first. They're going to be scared to Lancia you. They're going to be scared to Droll you. They're going to be scared to Veiler, the Dormouse. Not that I think a lot of like pure Rhizio is going to be playing hand traps at all. I think it's going to be books, and just ways to dodge hand traps. But like I showed in that combo where you get to keep the Unicorn, it still makes it very difficult for them to play through that, especially if they don't open, you know, that book to book it. But even if they do deal with it, which, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of likely if they're playing, like, 6 Book of Moon, you know, this goes face down, you know, 6 Book of Moon, 3 Imperm still. Worst case scenario, it still acts like Link Decoder. You still get the additional body. You can hold that birth and summon it back after you get nibbed, assuming you don't make Splash Mage already. That's another thing that I think is really important in this format, that Maliss, now without the decoder, does really get stuck into these lines where you have to go through Link 2s. Which kind of sucks. You'll notice in the video that I don't show any Splash Mage combos, and I never ever want to make this card until I get nibbed, because once you make this, nib just absolutely destroys you, basically no matter what. So you always want to save the Splash Mage until after you get nibbed. And there's one, obviously, is because if you use this already, even if you played a second Splash Mage, you try to do it again, it's obviously it's a hard once per turn. But also with the birth, if you're holding on to this till after you get nibbed, if you've made Splash Mage early, you won't be able to bring this back. And obviously this is not a Cyber, so you can't really make a Splash Mage with it plus the token or anything like that. So you will still need the field spell for that. But there's a lot of situations where you can get nibbed. Beautiful nib token. You can go field spell for a name, you can go birth to revive this, and then you can just keep doing whatever you were trying to do in the first place. But yeah, like I said about these, you get stuck into this because you don't have that extra body off of the decoder a lot of the time, so you really need to preserve them. The thing that sucks about these is that usually they're a lot weaker to nib, and they're weaker to Ghost Ogre, which I think is going to be probably like one of the craziest hand traps of this format. Obviously with Ryziel trying to Book a Moon, their duo. This and Ash is the only way you're stopping that from resolving. I think Metaltronus, obviously. So we have Ogre, Metaltronus, and Ash for going second against Ryziel. If they don't have the Ash for the Metaltronus, then it's GG's basically. But like I said, you know, they're playing that build where they're drawing a lot of cards right now. So it's kind of likely that they're going to have that Ash for it anyway. But yeah, if you want to stop the duo from resolving, you know, Ogre, Ash is like the only way to do it. This hits True Light, it hits these, which is why I think it's like so much better. This card becomes so much better into Maliss than it was before. And just having that coverage into like 3 of the best decks in the format, I think it's just like mandatory to play this card. And then of course, Cross Out is like so good. So obviously you're gonna want to main this. But yeah, I think that's all I got for right now. If you guys have any questions or anything, go ahead and let me know in the comments. If you think I fucked up a line or you think that one of them could be stronger, also let me know. You know, if you want to talk theory or anything or have any other questions, I could yap about this deck for like 2 years and never get sick of it. So just let me know. But yeah, that's about all I got. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one if there isn't a next one. If not, it's been real. Here's a super quick post note. Something I forgot to mention. Dotscaper's back in. This card I had cut for like a long time. You know, in Bistro Maliss. I do think you kind of need it now if you want to have anything more than like a Cryptor on your board at the end of the turn. You know, I think it's important. But I don't know if it's mandatory, especially not in like Fiendsmith. I don't think you need it. But in this, like I think it's okay. I think there's like more times you can normal summon it now and it's not as bad, or like if you are playing this, you can like discard it off of that and bring it back. Like I said, this could use some more testing. I'm not super sold on Dotscaper back yet, but I think right now it's like, you know, while we figure it out. Bow and Griffin, or not Griffin, that guy's banned. Bow and Cerberus, I think this is like a kind of win more. I have it in the extra right now. I don't make it very often at all. Like I said, I think it's pretty win more. I don't think you want to be discarding cards all that much. Having the additional, interruption off of this is nice. Especially because most of the time you're going to be doing that after you go Firewall to draw 2, and then you're going to bring back the Firewall. So you're ending on Firewall with the double bounce, with the pop, with the Cryptor, and all the other shit. But like I said, I think it's a little win more. It's very difficult to get to now, especially if you're trying to play like under Nib. If you have Crossout in your hand, you can still do it like safely, or like if you know your opponent's not on hand traps. But I don't think it comes up enough to like really, justify playing them necessarily if like you're tight on space in the extra. So this would require more testing for sure. And then a quick little note, I wanted to mention it in the video, but I forgot. In case you didn't know, because people are playing Skill Drain again, in case you didn't know, Fenrir and Ogre out the Skill Drain, because you can go Fenrir, declare, effect, and then you'll Ogre it, and it gets rid of the Skill Drain. Just something funny, because you're playing both of these cards anyways. But yeah, that's all I got for this time. See ya.